it begin? To where it began. I've been searching way too long, trying to find a place to call my own. There's no place I'd rather be. Haven't found that place.
Oh, thank you very much. Anthony coming back on the show. Let me stop the tune. Thanks to Anthony. Jose Ramirez is rocking. We're talking in the background. I had to start another song. Thanks, bro.
Yeah.
When you come on my show, we talk on air, but the whole time, and I'm like in mid-sentence. So let's talk about MTS Records, Michael Stolford, all that stuff. Because, yeah, that's how I got a hold of you a couple years ago. And, you know, when I got to sing Rolling again on the caller end, I needed to get a hold of you, my friend. So what a great guy in relationship, hey?
Yeah, you know, Michael is, he's just a great soul. I mean, we never met. We just saw each other when I first got with his company. Never met him. I just knew, like, I meditate a lot. So I was like, okay, which one should I go with? Which one should I go with? And so I heard from within and say, let's go with this one. And so I chose Michael because it was just something about him, but not knowing him. It's like I knew him, but I didn't know him. It's kind of weird. And so when I went to this place where he got me at this country award show, and we never talked, but we were there and we tried to reach out to each other, but we never met. I've never met him. And he has done everything that he said that he would do for the music. And he still helps as far as like with the case, with, just, it's just, you just, when you meet people like that, you got to latch on to them.
Right. And he's brought you all over the world. I mean, that's the neat thing, watching you guys, and you were mentioning Brazil, and you were on the charts and European charts, bringing it up because it is a worldwide now with the net and all that.
Yes, he's a great man. And then his daughter. And let me tell you this, when the first child he had, I just called him. It was like, I don't know what time it was. And he was like, I said, I'm going to sing you this song. And it was my first song. And it wasn't, it was called, I'll Trust You. And it wasn't a country song, but he said it had a country flavor. And so he actually gave it to the country, everyone that does country, and they started playing it. It was the first time they ever played kind of like an inspirational R&B type song. And so when he played the song, when he listened to it, he was going through something about his child, and I think she was premature. And that song was called I'll Trust You. And it's like, I'll trust you anyway. Whatever happens, I trust you. And when he told me that, him and his wife, they were just like, it was like a security blanket that everything was going to be okay. Oh, and now they have a healthy daughter.
Yeah, I hope she's doing okay, because I know I see all the pictures. It's quite a family, and it says a lot about Michael. And a lot of the people that I've met in the business or helping me are very much a family and in-kind people. Music seems to bring that together in everybody.
Yes, it's like he's not real. It's like he was sent here just to help us. Because we're not used to people like that. As far as doing something you never met and just going through with it. I was like, is he real?
Well, yeah, the trusting part, because what happened with me, it was like 2 years ago I was teaching and I got a text and he asked me to interview you and like 11 artists in like 2 weeks. And I'm the Magoo. Who? What? Magoo? I mean, take your artist to trust us on this independent, because that's part of it too. You know, it's a two-way street on this. Is the guy going to be there? Is it going to be, you know, the artist's time? You know, that's amazing too that they trust us or myself, and I'm blessed for that too. You know.
Yeah.
And,
Magoo.
Magoo. You know, that came to be as I'm a big fan of the Who, Pete Townsend. That's why the promo one is Pete throwing up the air, his guitar for Aaron, you know, smashing it tonight. I needed a picture. I put that on there. But that's the Who part of the Magoo is a nickname. Oh, you've done it again kind of a thing. And I had to come up, I got hired as a mad scientist going around doing science experiments. So I came up with Who Magoo with my sister, Professor Who Magoo. That's how it came to be. And you know what? WhoMagoo.com was open as a domain. I looked at my brother-in-law 2 years ago, and he's like looking at me like I'm nuts. I go, and I'm like all happy. Nobody's got this domain. Can you imagine that? He's like, who would? You know? Oh, it's like, yeah. WhoMagoo. Yeah. So, thanks, bro. Speaking of that, hey, another tune came in. The Love One that you were just telling me about. Let's play that, my friend. We'll be right back.
Okay.
I love it. Peace.
Of this thing they call love. It has a color because it's from within above. Some say they have it, but when you're hurt they walk away. Love has an expression without a frown on your face. Love, 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 love. They say love, 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 love. I can see it in your eyes without a frown on your face. The time has come when people try to call, and you turn your back and let them fall. They tell me to let them hit the rock bottom. If that is the case, I'm lost. Love, 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 love. Love, 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 love. That's what they say.
Thank you, bro. Love, man. What's the name of that tune? We were yapping during the whole time.
Love. That song is about I wrote that because a lot of people they would tell me, when you have a child and you tell them to do this or do that, and you're beating them, like beat, they say that's love. But I really don't think that's love, because with my kids, I would talk to them and show them the right way. And I think that's love.
Well, you do that every day with the things that you're doing, talking on your show,
Yes.
On your show, what do you got lined up next? What you got brewing?
On my show, I'm going to have... I've been talking about we had this big thing about the COVID-19, and we've been talking about what is it? And I always have this one guy, his name is Jeff Beal. He's been working with me, but we always don't see eye to eye, because he brings out a great points, and so we do that because with dealing with him, it's kind of like he's a realist. So he's going to say something like really real. This is it. This is what it's about. And so with me and the other people, we say something totally different. So I'm saying that to say that it's great for the show, because we have different opinions that matters with the COVID-19 and with the what happened in Brunswick with the guy with the police officers. So we've been talking about that as well.
Well, that's the problem we've had. We've lost that part of debate. We need all sides. I can't learn anything unless I have somebody else point it out to me, because I'm looking at the problem through my experiences. My experiences aren't the same as yours. And I remember this summer I was working in a store. My knee's been hurt, so I had to volunteer in the city for a little while at a place. And I was talking to a gentleman, and he asked me, he goes, just talking about what it was like back in the day and stuff like that, Afro-American gentleman. And he was saying, I was fishing up in northern Wisconsin. The white guy asked me what it was like to be like under all those things under Jim Crow and all that. And he goes, I'll never forget. Then he asked me what I thought about what it was like, not telling me what you thought it was like.
Yeah.
And he talked to me for like 10, 15 minutes. And I think that it was something. Because do we listen? I need to learn every time about that. I myself am guilty all the time of just being my perspective, but I gotta listen when I talk to you guys or learn a little bit. My friend.
Right. And with that, I have my friend. Lisa. She's a person that she has a child with special needs, and Aaron was in the class, and they all were abused. Right. So. It's all races that's dealing with this. And so we would always talk about, things like slavery and stuff like that. And, we would really talk about this, because I've always said that with the case that's going on now, this way Jeff and I, we get into it. It's a power thing. It's power, because even in the situation with Aaron, with my son, it's about power and money and control. And even with Aaron, it wasn't about because he's black. It's because this person had power over them, and they can do whatever they wanted to do, because it was all races involved. And so it's like everybody want to say it's this or that, but I'm looking at the situation. And what happened with me